If you saw my last Toontown video, then you would notice that near the end of it, there was something I was trying to say in the chat, but it wasn't actually going through in my tune. They were just making their animal noise. Nothing went through at all. And this phrase right here is what I was trying to say. Normally what would happen is it would get stuck. Basically, I was trying to explain what happens if you are sad in a cog battle and you try to attack the cog. The game will get stuck for about 5 minutes. You won't be able to do anything for that 5-minute period other than close the game. But when that 5-minute period is over and you haven't closed the game yet, you'll just get teleported back to the playground. I was trying to explain that, but this happened instead. Nothing. It just said meow because there were a cat. I'm a mouse, something squeaky. So you would have noticed that in the video I was like really confused. I was like, wait a second, I don't know why I can't say this. So I had to reword it. So I had to say normally first. And then I said what would happen is, and I realized that didn't go through either, so then I had to say it gets stuck. I just had to improvise and say that instead. I was very confused for a while about why this happened. So I just did a little bit more research about it. Basically by typing stuff in game. So I first started by doing the first part of it. What would happen is, and, well, that's it. That's the one I couldn't say. Normally what would happen is. And then, there was another time where I was actually, with the newer tune, trying to explain to them what certain gag combos do. So I said this, so I tried to say this to them. Normally, what would happen is the cog would die. But that didn't go through. So I was like, okay, wait a minute, I need to improvise. So I had to say, normally, the cog dies. So I had to improvise and say that instead, but, you know. So I talked about it with someone on Discord, and they eventually told me that, the reason for this is because, you know how you, like, you can't say stuff like at it, right? You can't say at it. That's because of this. You can use some stuff with capitalization to make it look like an untuned word. So they are forced to blacklist it for that reason. So yeah, you can't say it. Same thing for this phrase actually. If you say specifically happen is, you can't say that. The reason for that is this. That right there. The capitalized words, the capitalized letters, yes, that is the reason they had to do that. I did not catch that until they told me that. I was like, wow, that is a very sneaky move. If somebody figured that out, that is a very sneaky move for them. And now I understand why it was blacklisted. But at the same time, you would notice that it censors out the entire word. Happen is if I say hello, bye, my name is Jake. My name is Jake, and censors out the whole word. Or if I say at it, and then I say something, hello, my name is Jake, it only censors out at it, and then it says the rest of the sentence. I don't know why this is the first time I've ever seen it where it censors out the entire message instead of just the words that are bad. It could have just been a coding error where they tried to blacklist a certain word, but they coded it wrong, so it blacklisted the entire message, or it went wrong or something, they get bugged. I don't know really what the case is, but I'm pretty sure that they have like a section somewhere where they can just put in certain words that are blacklisted, and the game will automatically blacklist it for them. They don't have to do any additional coding. All they have to do is just type in a certain phrase into a box, or into a certain place, I don't know. And then the game just adds that to the places where the tunes can't say. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure I did hear it from someone that that's the case. So I don't know how, if they did the same exact thing that they do for everything else that they blacklist, I don't know why this would come out any different than the rest of them, but it did. And it's actually hindering us from being able to say really anything that is strategic. Like normally, you can still say strategic things, but if you say something like that, what would happen is, then you wouldn't be able to say that strategic thing you have to say. So you have to reword your sentence and stuff, and that might get annoying for people who like to use that way of speaking. Normally, what would happen is, yeah. It would be annoying for people who like to speak that way, and I think this is something that they should at least fix. So I'm pretty sure it is not intentional for it to censor out the entire message. In fact, I don't know how it could have happened where it censors out the entire message. I can't think of a case where it would actually do that. If they did the coding correctly, then it shouldn't censor out the whole message. If anything, they just made a coding error, but I don't see how, if they coded it the same way they do with everything else, how it would come out different again. So yeah, that would just be annoying for a lot of people. And yeah, again, it annoyed me when I was trying to tell that newer tune that this gag combo kills this cog, because they didn't know what I was trying to say, so I had to improvise and say it in 3 different messages. That was before I became smart enough to just not use happen is in the same place. So instead I could just say, normally what happens is. You can say that fine, yeah, you can say that. But you can't say normally what would happen is, because, you know, but I'll explain it before. But I feel like they should just make it so that it only gets rid of the happen is part. That way, even if we do use it, the rest of the message still goes through, so that it would still be somewhat communicable, and people who see that would still somewhat understand what you're trying to say, instead of being completely clueless as to what you were trying to say in the first place. And if I say this and a bunch of other words, it would look like I only said one word. So it would make them think I just misspelled hello or something, even though in reality I just tried to say like 6 words or something. So that would be very misleading for some people. So yeah, this is something I wanted to point out because it was kind of confusing to me at first, and something that I did not catch even when I was trying to analyze each and every one of the words to make sure that they couldn't spell anything inappropriate. So I'm pretty sure that they will fix it if it gets notified, if it catches their attention. But of course, it's not something very big, so if they don't patch it for a while, that won't be much of a problem. But again, they should get on top of it, because there are some people out there who like to speak that way who would be annoyed if you aren't able to speak like that in the game anymore. So yeah.